You remember the first time you felt truly alone. Not the ordinary loneliness of a quiet afternoon or the brief sting of being left out at school. No, this was different. The kind that eats you deeply. You were small, maybe 6 or 7, standing in a dimly lit kitchen while the world outside moved on without you. The footsteps of your parents faded down the hallway, leaving a hollow silence in their wake. You learned quickly that your cries didn't always summon care, that love sometimes was not given. It was earned, or worse, withheld. You grew up carrying two invisible burdens, the emptiness of abandonment and the responsibility to fill it. When no one held your hand, you held the hands of others. You became the caretaker, the silent organizer of chaos, the quiet healer of wounds you didn't know how to name. Your childhood was a paradox, the heart of a child, the hands of an adult. The little you who needed comfort became the big you who gave it, often without pause. And in doing so, you discovered the strange truth of survival. Taking care of others sometimes felt safer than taking care of yourself. But life never forgets the debts of the past. The wound that forged you also shadowed you. You learned to anticipate the moods of others before your own. You became hyper-aware, scanning the emotional weather of every room, every friend, every partner. In relationships, you overgave, over-apologized, over-adjusted. Your empathy, once a gift, became a chain. People leaned on you, leaned too heavily, and yet you could not shake the feeling that your own needs were illegitimate, that they must wait, always wait behind everyone else's. This is the cost of abandonment hidden in plain sight, the quiet surrender of your own self. The child who once had no one now believed that no one should ever need you less than you needed them. You forgot how to sit in your own silence, to nurture the inner child still whispering for attention. You forgot that the caretaker could also be cared for. And sometimes in the lonely hours, that little you, the one left standing in the empty kitchen, still waits, still watches, still wonders. Yet, here is where the story changes. Healing doesn't arrive with fireworks or sudden epiphanies. It comes quietly, in moments of acknowledgement and the gentle confrontation of truth. You begin to see your patterns, not as flaws, but as survival strategies forged in the furnace of childhood neglect. You start to whisper to yourself what you once whispered to others. You are enough. You deserve care. You are not just a vessel for other people's needs. Shadow work becomes a mirror. You sit with the loneliness you once fled, face the fear of being unwanted, and discover that you are not irreparably broken. You realize that caring for yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. And slowly, painfully, you reclaim the parts of yourself that were abandoned. You allow yourself to lean on others, to ask for help, to admit that being human is messy, that needing is natural. Philosophers have long written about the hero's journey, the archetype of transformation, but rarely do they speak of the caretaker child, the one who sacrifices innocence to protect others. Jung might call this the wounded healer, the soul that learns to mend through witnessing suffering. And indeed, there is profound power in this transformation. What was once a burden becomes a bridge. The empathy you cultivated as a child becomes your superpower, a light you can now wield consciously, not compulsively. The world still tests you. Old patterns resurface when stress strikes, when love feels conditional, when the past whispers you must give more or be nothing. But each time you respond differently. You pause. You breathe. You remember that the little you who waited in the kitchen deserved care, and that you are that child, still alive inside. And so the abandoned child and the caretaker become one. Not a contradiction, but a profound synthesis. You can love deeply without losing yourself. You can serve without erasing your own edges. You can hold others without letting go of your own hand. The journey is ongoing, a lifelong dance between remembering and releasing, between pain and tenderness, between fear and courage. In the quiet moments, when the world fades and the night is still, you whisper to that little you were never truly alone. I am here now. We are safe. And for the first time, maybe, you believe it.